Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. How you doing? How's it going? I had some dental work done this morning. I can't fully feel my face, so that is where we're at. But my dental stuff is not why we're here today. No, it's not. I wanted to talk about how healthy communication starts with us. I said that correctly. Healthy communication starts with us. And some of us are coming from very traumatic situations where it always didn't feel safe. It wasn't always safe to communicate how we were really feeling. And so I wanted to talk about some things that we could use to be more vulnerable. Because to have healthy communication, you have to be okay with being vulnerable. Hi, kitty. Are you joining us too? Come on, get comfy. Comfy cozy now. No butt in the face. I have some bullet points here to talk about, and so I might be looking down or stopping the video and reassessing where I'm at so I don't get lost in this. But, kitty. So, first, being vulnerable isn't a weakness. If you think it is, I'm afraid to tell you that you've stuck in the wrong decade. Oh, I read that really wrong because my handwriting is like chicken scratch. Let me show you. It's bad. I can barely read it myself. If you think being vulnerable is a weakness, you're stuck in the wrong decade. That's where I was going with that. I hate to tell you, but that's old thinking. Like, vulnerability is not a weakness. There is, like, in the animal world, being vulnerable and being perceived as weakness. But, like, there is a lot of strength, confidence, and power in vulnerability. There is. And so, yeah. Being vulnerable doesn't mean you have to broadcast everything. It doesn't mean like you have to broadcast everything, like you're sitting down with a therapist and just pouring out everything and all the good details. That's not what I mean by being vulnerable. I mean by being vulnerable is like being honest with how you truly feel. How do you truly feel? How is something making you feel? And communicating that to someone else. Even if it's like not, what is the word I want to use? Words. Words. Even if it's not realistic. Maybe it makes no sense why you feel this way. For instance, whenever I started dating Josh and I had to learn to be more open so I could be vulnerable, so I could communicate how I'm feeling, so he could, have some kind of response to what I'm feeling. And I totally just lost my train of thought. I'm sure it's very annoying watching me sometimes. This is really what it's like. Yeah, I had to be vulnerable with him and tell him how I felt, even when I knew like what I was feeling wasn't related to him or his behavior whatsoever. Something he was doing, just being him, or just in the situation was triggering something that reminded me just of something in the past that made me feel it was similar. So it triggered like some abandonment issues. For instance, I was engaged once, and the person I was with was really into themselves and really detached, and he ended up sleeping with my best friend, or having some sort of something going on with my best friend. I don't know what I assume they were messing around. And so Josh, my current partner, he is really goal oriented and he's really driven in his business, and there's some space there in him putting work into himself and everything where it felt similar to that past experience, which triggered some abandonment inside of me. So I had to communicate with him. I know that what you're doing's okay. I know that what you're doing is healthy. I know that you are working towards your future, and I respect you for it. I'm amazed by you. But it is triggering, there is the space between us that is triggering this abandonment wound in me. And this is just how I feel. Saying it out loud releases a lot of that fear. Like all that fear you are holding inside by not communicating how you truly feel, that's just sitting in there eating away, just nibbling away at it. Anyways, he came back with, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry that you're struggling with that. I love you very much. And just reassuring that there's love there. And then me having the space to work through that. And that's basically been our entire relationship, is me working through, I have a lot of abandonment wounds. Me working through a lot of my stuff. And just saying, another situation that came up was, we were going to go to a baby shower where his ex was going to be, because his ex is best friends with his best friend's wife. So there's going to be some passing there. And I was feeling very insecure about being around someone he used to love and that he had a shared life with. And then just having to come to terms with this person helped shape the person I love now, and letting go of some of those insecurities. We got to that baby shower. He was sitting there talking to some people, and I saw her from across the room. And I just got up. I went over, I sat in front of her, and I said, "Hi, my name is such and such." And she introduced herself. I said, "I know who you are." And I was like, I was nervous, and I felt nervous about meeting you. So I just want to go ahead and get it out of the way, because I didn't want to sit here and us be uncomfortable. And it's nice to meet you. And she was a very nice person. And I look at that situation, and me 10 years ago could have never done that. I think that whenever it comes to communicating in a healthy way, truly it is checking in with yourself. How do I feel? How can I communicate in a healthy, respectful way to the person that is attached to this feeling? And just putting that this is my feeling, owning it, putting it out there, being vulnerable with it, and seeing how they receive it. If someone takes your feelings and, shifts it into something that they're angry about, those aren't your people. Those aren't your people. No one should get upset and angry just because you have a feeling. The feeling doesn't even have to be attached to them. It's just a feeling. And, our feelings and emotions are here to be guides, not to take us out. They're literally here to be guides. When we are depressed, there's something that we're not being truthful with ourselves about. There is depression that is clinical, and I'm not going to speak for everyone, because some people need more help, and that's okay. That's not the people I'm talking about, but I'm talking I'm getting lost in what I'm talking about here for just a little. I'm going to go to my next bullet point. Okay, yeah. So when learning to be vulnerable again after trauma, you don't have to start big. In fact, starting small is the best option. Creating small changes, then adapting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So creating small changes is the best way to create long-term habits. So yeah, you can be vulnerable in small ways. And let me think of an example. Say someone doesn't close the pantry door all the time, and it really just bugs you. All you have to do is be like, hey, I don't know, could I, what the hell's wrong with me? I'm sorry. When you don't close the pantry door, it makes me a little aggravated, and I'd really appreciate it if you could close that pantry door. It would mean a great deal to me if you could close the pantry door. Could we maybe work something out to where you can do that? And you could word it a lot better than what I just did. That's just an example. Just communicate. It got dark in here. My ring light just unplugged. This video, I'm sure, is just a nightmare at this point, but we're rolling with it. I'm committed. We're in this. Let me turn this back on. Are you serious? I don't know what's wrong with the ring light. Anyways, I'm here. We're doing this. Okay. Let's see what else I've got right down here. I can't read my handwriting. I seriously can't read it. Someone should teach me to write. Like, seriously. When I sign my name, it is an M squiggle. Like, I don't even write the rest of Mary. It's bad. It's bad. But I think that I have made my point with this video. Communication, healthy communication starts with us. And it takes time. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of communicating how you feel, getting in tune with how you feel, and addressing that with yourself and with the ones that are immediately in front of you. That you know. Yeah. This could have been way more planned out. I could have done a lot more with this. My ring light could have not messed up on me mid-video. That would have been helpful. If you stuck around for this, I mean, I really appreciate you, because this is crazy, and I'm going to post it anyway. So, well, yeah. I think I've made most of my points. So you just really need to, just get in tune with how you're feeling. Be honest with how you're feeling. Start with being honest with you. Then start being honest with other people about how you're feeling, and about how they are doing something that affects how you're feeling, and doing it in a respectful way. And I think that's all I got to say about this. I think that's it. I think I'm good. Sorry for this crazy mess that you just experienced. But I love you a ton. I appreciate you being here. My mouth's still numb, so maybe I'll be able to eat soon. That'd be nice, huh? Anyways, until next time, I love you so much. Bye. Bye.